Hey, this is Brian with worshiptutorials.com. This is a tutorial for an electric guitar part for the song Beautiful Name by Hillsong from their Let There Be Light album. Now, a couple things about this song and what I'm going to show you. On the album, the song is in the key of D. It's led by a female vocalist, and I am going to show you how to play it in the key of A, which would be suitable for a male-led version of the song. So a lot of the shapes and the parts that I'm going to show you can be moved up. I kind of moved everything down. So you can move it up if you want to play it in D to match the album, but this is in A. I'm also playing with a capo on the 2nd fret, so a lot of the stuff, not a lot, but about half the song I play kind of down here. And I use key of G shapes, but we'll get into that in a little bit. As far as tone goes, I'm using a Helix, and you can get this patch that I'm using. It's a kind of a custom patch I made just for this song. It uses snapshots. There's 4 basic parts and sections that I'm going to show you on this song, and I'm going to talk about the tone for each one when we get there. But on the Helix, I'm using the Mesa Boogie Mark IV amp model. I'm using a PRS Custom 24. It's 25th anniversary version, and it has the 5708 humbuckers in them, which are a PAF style humbucker. Pretty high output in my opinion. But really, you know, whatever guitar you've got is going to do the job just fine. If you're using a Helix and you grab this patch and you've got something with single coils, you might want to dial the high end back, or like go to the amp and bring the high back a little bit, or the presence, and then give it a little more mids and lows to make up for it. Okay, so it's 68 BPM, and on this patch it's already set. And in the beginning, there's no guitar for the first verse and chorus. And really, you hear a guitar come in the second verse kind of lightly. And for that, all I'm going to do is just kind of pick through the different chords. So I'm going to play on the PRS Custom 24s with the switching. You can get split sounds, and so the particular setting I'm using right here for this is the bridge humbucker and the neck split single coil. And on the verse patch, it sounds like this, or the verse snapshot. So a pretty clean sound with a quarter note delay and a little bit of reverb. So when the verse 2 comes in, you really just want to pick through the chords, and you want to make sure you pluck the D string, because that's what you hear on the album. You didn't want heaven without us. And if you want, you can just kind of pick through them. Heaven down. My sin was great, your love was greater. What could separate us now? And then when you hit the chorus, it's the second chorus. I should probably label this chorus 2, but I put chorus 1 on there. It adds a dotted 8th note delay, so you dotted 8 and quarter note. Okay, and it's a little bit bigger sound. I actually like to switch to the middle position, which is both humbuckers. And you're going to do this kind of picking part. And that's it, and you just play it twice. So if you turn the delays off, I'll show you what it is. When you hear it on the album, I think it's up here, maybe. It's like this. I think that's where it is in the key of D. I might be wrong, it might be a little higher. But anyway, in the key of A, it's going to be down here. Just play an open G. And so all of this happens on the G, B, and E strings. And so you play like a G chord, and it's open G, and then 3 and 3 on the B and the E. And then play like a D shape. And then back to open, then a D shape, and then both fingers off, so open on the G and open on the E, and 3rd fret on the B. This is relative to the capo. And that's it. So if I play it really slow, it goes like this. And you just play it twice with the delays on and the chorus coming in. What a beautiful name it is. Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. Beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. Repeat it. The name it is. The name of Jesus. And that's it. It's a really simple part. It's more of a rhythm part than anything. And I should note too that on these electric tutorials, I kind of come at it from the point of there's one guitar player in your band. Maybe you're the one guitar player in your band. A lot of churches don't have the luxury of a rhythm and a lead player. And so these parts kind of cover both parts. Now this song doesn't really have a lot of lead guitar in it, so it's mostly just rhythm stuff, but I've kind of tried to make it sound as much like the album as I can, but again, this is in the key of A, so it's pitched down quite a bit from the album version. Okay, the next thing you hit is the instrumental section and the bridge, and I have one patch for both of those, or one snapshot for both of them. I like to go back to that more single coil sound on this guitar. And there's actually no guitar in the instrumental, it's a piano part. But if you'd like to play it, it happens on the B string, the G string, and the D string. And so starting on the 3rd fret, again, relative to this capo, 3rd fret, 1st fret, open, that's on the B, and then on the G, 2nd. Then 3rd on the B, 1st on the B, open on the B, 4th fret on the D. And so what you can do is kind of alternate between the open G string. So B on the 3rd fret, then open on the G string, and then B on the 1st fret, then open on the G, and then 2 on the G. Sorry, open on the B. Second time through, after the open B, you can play the open G to the 4th fret of the D. Okay, so I'm going to take the delays off and play it slow. It goes like this. And with the delays on, it sounds like this. Okay, so it plays it 3 times, basically. And then the bridge comes in, and the first, you can think of the bridge as sort of like four repeats of the bridge. So the first time it goes, the band is not in big, so I would just kind of play this part again. You can make it a little bigger. Then when the band kicks in, you're going to play sort of power chords. That's what I would do. And I'm going to start calling these the actual open chords. So what you can do is so forget about the capo now. Take your index finger and your 3rd and 4th fingers, put them on the 7th fret, put your index finger on the 7th fret of the A string, your 3rd and 4th fingers on the, 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the D and G strings. And that's basically like a D shape. If you're thinking about the capo, it would be a C. So if you play a C, It's the same thing. So that's a D. If you move it up 2, it's an E. If you move it up 2 more, so now your index finger's on the 9th, your 3rd and 4th fingers are on the 11th, and then put your ring finger down on, sorry, your middle finger down on the 10th fret of the B string. It's an F sharp minor. Relative to your capo, it's an E minor, which is just down 2. So F sharp minor. And then your C sharp minor, or would be B minor if you're thinking a key of G chords, is just your index finger on the 9th fret of the E string, low E string, and then your 3rd and 4th fingers on the 11th fret of the A and the D. So if you play that, it's the bridge progression. So that was D to E to F sharp minor. The second time you go back down to E. I like to flip to the bridge for the last time through the bridge pickup for the last time through the bridge of the song. Sounds bigger. D to E to F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D to E to F sharp minor, and now you're ready for the big chorus. So you just hit the big button and it turns on some more drive. And then we're gonna play some different shapes. So I'm gonna turn the volume back a little bit. We're gonna play this A shape up here. So A is the 1 of the song. Relative to your capo would be like the G. Okay, so bar on the 9th fret. Put your middle finger down on the 10th fret of the B string. Put your ring finger down on the 11th fret of the D string. And you don't want to play any, you don't want to play these first 2 strings at all. So only strum, you can actually only strum the top 3. So that's an A. What a beautiful name it is, to D, which is the same D down here. The name of, sorry, not D, it's an E. The name of F sharp minor to E to D. What a beautiful name it is. And then you're back to this A again. Nothing compares to this E. What a beautiful name it is. F sharp minor, E, D. Okay? When you play it all the way up, it feels like this. What a beautiful name it is. Beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. If you go back to the bridge, you're right here on the D of the bridge. You have no equal. Again, we're in the bridge. D to E to F sharp minor. Back to D, back to E. Then up to A. Beautiful name it is. And then the song just ends using those same chord shapes. So that's it. It's a pretty simple way to play it. Nothing terribly complicated. You can play it down there if you want to, but that just gives the song, like if you have an acoustic guitar player who's going to be playing it down here, and you play these shapes up here, it gives it a little bit of separation from that other guitar part that might be going on. So head over to worshiptutorials.com. Again, you can download this Helix patch if you're using one. You can see me play it all the way through on electric guitar. You can see me play it on acoustic and teach it on acoustic if you want those chord, just the chord progressions, learn how to play the song. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.